Hey guys, so here's your Sunday the 19th programming. We're going to do the last workout from that support your local box home open workout. Yeah, so it's got a few tricky things to do with the equipment. I know not everyone has 2 dumbbells, so we're going to have to kind of be creative with it a little bit. But yeah, before that we're going to do a strength and then a warm up for that. So warm up 4 minutes, as many rounds as possible. Just try to go at like a steady pace for 4 minutes and not stop, but you don't have to go very fast. So inchworms. We're doing some deadlifts later, so we're going to warm up the hamstrings. So straight legs, reach down, walk out, and then push up, and then walk in. Stand up. Okay, so then reach down. Okay, really try to keep the legs straight. You're trying to get a hamstring stretch out of it. Yeah, so jumping squats, you're just going to do jumping air squats. Just lunges on the squat, nice and slow, control. Right, they don't have to be jumping. Plank, ground overhead. You're going to take any plate if you have one. I'll give you some other options if you don't, but you're going to tip the plate down, touch the ground, then head through the shoulders at the top, back straight at the bottom, and then that straight line up and down at the top. If you don't have a plate and you have a dumbbell, I would tip it down like this, touch, really still get my stretch of the hamstrings, stretch of the shoulders. Kettlebell swing, I would just do a 2-arm, like a touch, and then swing it up. Okay? And then barbell, I would just take an empty barbell, and then I would go up to overhead, and press, get it up to the shoulder. Okay? As long as we're getting a deadlift out of it and a press out of it and getting that stretch at the top, you could also use a wall ball, so squat down, bring the ball up to here, press it through the shoulders, okay? Really, you could use anything for that. Yeah, so 4 minutes to just pace through those things. Then we're going to do some strength. We're going to do just gymnastic stuff, not for time, or a little bit of strength, but you're going to do strict handstand push-up practice. So 5 to 10 reps. We want to work on trying to get lower to the ground, right? So if you have an ab mat, or if you have, maybe you normally use 2 ab mats or whatever you're going to use underneath your ab mat right now, or a towel or a pillow or whatever, what we're trying to do is get lower to the ground. Strict, so no using momentum at all, and I still want to have that kind of triangle position. So if I can imagine I'm upside down right now, I've got my hands here, my head is kind of lined up to, middle of my head should line up to my fingertips, right? I don't want to have my hands back like this, right? So what you've probably seen me draw a triangle on the mat before, where on the mat here, I've got my hand would go here, and my hands would go here. So it's not head, it's not all in one line, right? So when I do that, it puts me in a good tripod position. So when I'm here, my head's gonna go down, the top of my head's gonna touch in line with my fingertips, okay? My elbows are gonna go a little bit forward. I know that's a little tough to see right now, but often that's kind of the thing that people get wrong, especially with a strict one, kind of trying to get into this pushing position instead of this pushing position. So this isn't a strong pressing position, and this is, right? So imagine I've got a bar, I'm trying to push with my head, getting my head out of the way, head through, finish like that, instead of trying to push like this, right? So you're a lot weaker winged out like that, right? So same idea for using for this one, it's skill. So I want you to try to get upside down a bit more. Try to get you know, try to get lower to the ground. If you want to do them, if you don't have a handstand yet, and you want to do them on the blocks, same idea. So I'm going to have my head. I want to make that triangle on the ground. So my hands are going to go there. Wherever my fingertips are, that's going to be the line where my top of my head's trying to hit. Okay, so if I got my knees on the box, I got my hands here, that's going to make my head touch just where my fingertips are. Out, and then bring my head back in and head through. Wait, you want to make that harder. I'm going to get up here, try to make it a little steeper, or if I get a higher box. Right, same idea. If I'm doing them on the box here. Okay? So always, the head is touching just outside the fingers and not back here. Sometimes you see people kind of going like that again, and that's kind of like an upside down there in a weak spot overhead. Yeah, when you do some, so you're just going to work on those, put in some work, and also kind of play around with the skill. Maybe test if you've gotten any better. Play around with getting into good handstand for some. Some might just be practicing getting up into a handstand. Okay? Either way, try to get better at handstand. Handstand push. So you're going to do V-ups for the next thing. So that's the one where we lay on the ground. Everything's going to be touching the ground at the start, and everything's going to come up at the same time. Right? I'm really trying to reach up my legs to touch as far up to my toes as I can at the top. Right? If that's a little hard, and I do want them all coming up at the same time and not going like legs up and arms up, or arms up and legs up. But then if I can't do that, I'm going to go more of a tuck. Okay. Yeah. Then glute bridges. You've already got your mat out, or sort of from the carpet or whatever. You're just going to have your hands out to the side. You're going to have your feet really close to you. And all you're going to do is just squeeze the top. You want to feel these muscles here and these muscles here. Okay? So you kind of feel lower back and glutes. Squeeze. Down. Okay, so you should have a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. You should have a straight line there, and you should be able to squeeze that for a few seconds at the top. Okay, so you're not just trying to race and get them done. You're trying to kind of feel that those muscles are working. Okay, so at home open wide, you're going to do so it's 20-minute cap, but you're trying to finish it for time. So 50. 50 deadlifts is supposed to be with 2 dumbbells. That's the one where we usually have 2 of these, and you're tipping them down, right? You usually have a narrow stance so that your legs don't get in the way. You're gonna tip them down, touch, and come back up, right? And usually this is the one where people kind of turn into this because it's such a long way down. So I really try to make sure people are going, getting their butt down, getting in this position at the bottom instead of reaching. Okay? So yeah, if you don't have if you didn't take home 2 dumbbells, or you have 2 dumbbells at home, and you got maybe, you could do, if you have basically the same weight, kettlebell and dumbbell, you might be able to go kettlebell on one side and dumbbell on the other side. This is really annoying a lot the way they program this, but we're going to try to make it work. So if I had, like, say, a 35-pound dumbbell and a 16 kg yellow kettlebell, it's basically the same weight. So I could go with one hand, I could go dumbbell, okay, and do that. And then maybe I would just like switch hands, say I do 10, maybe I would just turn around and make sure I do them the other way so that I kind of even it out a little bit. If you, they had ideas online such as like water bottles, big jugs of water, antifreeze containers, windshield washer fluid, something with a handle, something that you can think you could do. Maybe even if you could hook if you can get your fingers in the hole of a plate, and you have two 45-pound plates or 35-pound plates or 25-pound plates, I don't know what you have at home. It's a little annoying that they made it a 2-arm movement. If you don't, I would just take, if you don't have anything like that, I would take your single dumbbell and just do a sumo deadlift. So I would do a single dumbbell or single kettlebell, right? And then this one, still just at the bottom, make sure that you're here and stand them up, right? It might be a little quicker because you're doing, just try to use as heavy as possible on that because you're only using one, but that's all. You gotta be a little creative. The scores don't really matter so much because not everyone has the same stuff, so just try to use whatever you got, go as hard as you can with what you got. If it's light, go faster, okay? So sit-ups, they're called butterfly sit-ups on there. And it just means, or ab mat sit-ups. So if you brought home an ab mat, great. If you don't, roll up a towel, kind of make it about the size of an ab mat. It might not feel quite as nice, but you're just doing one set of 50. So feet together, touch the ground, touch your toes. So that towel should be right behind your butt, under the lower back. Yeah, step ups. You might not have the right size box or anything, but it's, I think they did a 24-inch box for the guys, and then a 20-inch box for the girls. So that was stand all the way up. Okay. So alternate legs, extend at the top. Yeah, it doesn't matter which leg you step down with. Yeah, and then it was one-arm thrusters. So they said be creative with what you use. Same thing, you could use if you have your one dumbbell, this might be able to work. So you're gonna have a dumbbell on your shoulders. You're gonna do a full squat. Okay, and then just switch arms to the other one. So kettlebell, I would be holding my elbow out a little bit, kind of knuckles into my chin. Good. It's hard to do one arm, like if we don't have, if you just have a bar or something like that. But if you just had a bar, I would do a 2-arm and then a weight that you think you could do, 10 to 15 reps at a time and without having to put it down and then just chip away. Same with if you only have a bar at home, I would do my deadlifts with a pretty light bar, but I'm doing, 10 to 15 at a time. And then I'm also doing that same, it should be the same or lighter bar for the thrusters, right? Yeah, it's kind of hard to use a wall ball for one arm, but if you have a wall ball and you want to do thrusters and that's kind of the only thing you got, you could do hold the ball like this, squat, and then just do them as a 2-arm, probably too hard to hold on to a ball with one arm. If you want to do dump ball deadlifts, you're just holding that ball there and standing it up. If you have no weight, I would say be creative with what you have around the house. They kind of, if you have a soup can or a water bottle for those thrusters, use that. For the one-arm thrusters, for the deadlift, you're going to try to get something a little bit heavier, but maybe something 2 of the same weight, 2 water bottles. I'm trying to think about heavier things, but you might have to be a detergent things. So if you have 2 detergent things, about the same weight, right? Use those. If you have one heavier one, you could use that. Hopefully you have something with a handle on it that's a little easy to hang on to. Okay? So just be creative, put your scores up. Hopefully that lets you kind of get a little extra motivated than normal, but don't be too worried about, am I doing it at the right way? If you have questions on how to do things, like maybe options or whatever, ask me. But it's supposed to be just fun. Okay? Have fun, guys.